Hi guys, today is Friday, September 12th. Just coming with a kind of quick update, just a few things that I wanted to share with you guys. So for the first time in basically 2 weeks, I have had 2 solo days at home. And I say that because I had a couple of cousins visit me the week before my surgery, and they were here for a couple of days, and then I went to work, and then I had the surgery, and then Melissa came down. As you all know from previous videos, Melissa was down and she stayed here for the weekend. Janine was here with me. Then my brother came, he was here with me, and he just left yesterday morning. So I had basically yesterday and today all on my own for the first time in a couple of weeks. And I spent pretty much all of yesterday sleeping, watching TV, not doing a heck of a lot of much. So just kind of relaxing and just took it easy. So today, I took it easy for most of the day, but I also needed to get some shopping done. So I went to BJ's, and I got a bunch of stuff. One of the things I needed to get was cat litter. And if anybody's got a cat, you know how heavy that shit is. So, and I get from BJ's, it's the 4-pack package, 4-bag package, where like it's total of 40 pounds for the package. Normally not a problem for me to lift up, throw in my cart, and then I can just kind of tumble it out, leave it in my car, and I bring in like a couple of the packages at a time. So I'm really only carrying like 10 pounds, maybe 20 pounds at a time. But this time around, I couldn't even, I wasn't even going to try lifting that 40 pounds, putting it in my cart, and then lifting it out of the cart and putting it in my car. So I went to the kitty litter aisle the first time. When I first got to the store, I'm like hoping there's somebody around. There was nobody around. I just kind of waited like a minute or two, and then I walked around and did the rest of what I had to do. Everything else was pretty much lightweight, easy, smaller things that I didn't really need help for. So I made my rounds, and then I decided to go back to the kitty litter aisle. And lo and behold, there was an older couple that was walking in front of me. And excuse me, can you do me the hugest favor? So I asked this gentleman, and he was so kind to oblige to get it into the cart. So that was wonderful. And then, of course, with BJ's, you don't really have to take anything out of your cart. Usually I do the scan as you go thing. And I was doing that today, and it was working. And then my battery died before I could check out. So I wound up going through the traditional checkout, but I did the self-scanner thing, which I love. I know a lot of people don't like it, but I love it. I just get it in and out. I don't have to interact with anybody. So I did all that. I get out to the car. Now I'm like, okay, next obstacle, getting it out of the shopping cart into the trunk of my car. So as I open the trunk and I'm getting the cart into place, a young man starts walking up the aisle, and I see him a couple of cars down, and I'm like, please come all the way up. Please come all the way up. And he did. And thankfully he was so kind. I asked him, I'm like, would you just do me a favor? If you could just put the kitty litter in the trunk, that would be great. But I had also gotten a big thing of toilet paper. And he just went ahead and just put the toilet paper in there and a couple of other small things he starts putting in them. I'm like, okay, I really appreciate that. But I just let him go kind of at that point, because the other stuff I needed to put in some bags and to get in there, and it wasn't heavy. I could definitely manage it. But it was so, so nice. It's like you hear people talk about how people are self-centered and people are selfish and nobody goes out of their way to do anything for anybody. Well, I don't know that that's true. I think it's true to some degree. I think there is a lot of selfishness that happens in the world today. But I think for the most part, people want to help. It was nothing for these two gentlemen to help me out, to put this, put it into my cart and then get it into my trunk. Absolutely nothing for them, but it really meant the world to me. So it was just such a kindness, a simple kindness that it's just wonderful. It's absolutely wonderful, So I would say, if you are in the situation where I am, where you need help with certain things, and maybe at that moment, you don't have a loved one around or a friend or somebody, really close to you around, other people will help. They will. You just have to reach out every once in a while. And you know what? Honestly, I was trying to explain to them that I wasn't able to lift anything heavy. I don't think they even cared. They would have done it for me. I think if I was there in a gym outfit, buff with muscles, I think they still would have just been like, sure, no problem. Just moved it, which, I think that just says a lot. Um, so anyway, so I wanted to talk about that a little bit, and then not too much else, but just a little bit of a physical update. So as I said in my last video, I had gone to see the plastic surgeon, and she removed the bandages and the drains, and everything was doing great. Now I have had pretty much steady on for most of the week. Not a lot of pain, really, truly not a lot of pain, just a bit of discomfort, a little bit of achiness, some shooting pains here and there, but really nothing crazy. But what's been consistent is that on the sides, kind of in my underarms and my armpits, has been like this feeling of, many of you ladies will know what I'm talking about, when you have a bra on that's got an underwire, but it's a little bit too small, and that underwire just kind of digs in, you know that feeling? I kind of have that feeling pretty steady. And I thought that, especially on the right side, because that's where the lymph node was removed, there was extra bandages that was there, a little bit of thicker packing and extra bandages. So I kind of figured that maybe that's part of what it was, that maybe there was a little bit of pressure that was being put on because of when I put my arm down, it would press that into the side of my boob. But so she removed that packaging on Wednesday, and I still have that sensation. So that's still pretty much there. It's not, it's not debilitating in any way or anything, but it is just something that I'm experiencing. So, if you do happen to go through this, just perhaps know that is likely. I believe it's a normal thing. There's a lot of work that was done, a lot of parts that were rearranged and things that were done in there. So I expect some tenderness. But yeah, so that's just really right there on the side. So another thing I wanted to talk about. So if you remember, maybe you do, maybe you don't, from the first video out of surgery, or one of the first videos out of surgery, I was talking about how they were trying to get the IVs in my arm, or the IV in my arm, and they couldn't do it because I was so dehydrated. They had to bring in the sonogram and do a scan and then get it in there. Well, where is it? There it is. There it is. Can you see that? Well, that's the result of one of the attempts. It's a pretty nice sized bruise. It's bigger than an inch, maybe inch and a quarter around. So that, and then if you can see, this is all yellowied here. That's from the other spot where they had attempted to get the IV in. So that's still lingering there. The one on my hand, this one is not so tender. Like, I don't feel that, I just see it. This one, it's a little tender. It's a little tender to the touch. So hopefully that'll go away soon. But what's funny, on top of that, so I was at the plastic surgeon on Wednesday, and I'm not sure. Oh, I think I took off my sweater. I took off the hospital gown or something, whatever it was. And then I looked down at my arm, and I noticed I had hives all on my arm. And I was like, what the hell is that now? Like, I haven't changed my medicine. I haven't changed my, the soap or the body wash or shampoo. Everything is exactly what I've been using. But I have this, and you can kind of see it. Can you see it? It's all like dotted red. You see it? You can really see it actually in the bruise. Like, the white is kind of the dots from the hives. It's interesting how it like inverts. Couldn't figure out what it was, and she's like, oh, well, a lot of people do tend to get rashes after things, and I said, okay, fine, no problem. And then it dawned on me on my way home that morning, for the first time, I'm not sure when the last time was, I had a whole wheat English muffin. And last year I had a whole allergy panel done, and wheat is one of those things that's on the allergy panel. It's been sesame seeds, sesame seeds, sesame oil that have caused hives and itchiness in the past, so I really try to avoid anything with sesame in it. The wheat hasn't really bothered me that I've noticed, but maybe because I haven't had it in so long, I'm not really sure. But now, that's great. So now I can't have whole wheat. So, yay. But I thought that was funny because it really dawned on me on the way home. Like, well, there it is. No more whole wheat for Michelle. But so that's it. So I'll leave you with those two little stories, or those three little things. And I just want to leave you with a quote, because this is how I'm feeling today. It's from Blanche. Oh my gosh, what is her last name? Blanche Dubois. Jeez Louise. It's from Blanche Dubois, from a streetcar named Desire. Whoever you are, I have always depended on the kindness of strangers. And I realize her context might be a little bit different, but I don't care. It still suits. All right. So thanks, guys, and I'll see you soon. Bye.